We are back live here on kjagradio.com, also amfm247.com. Tune in, iTunes. We've got a tremendous guest with us today. Go ahead and give us a brief introduction on yourself, my friend. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Hi, how are you, James? You sound a little far away there, James. Are you?
We've got you, my friend. You've got you, my friend.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, my friend. This isn't about me. This is about you. We want to know who you are. Tell us.
Well, how are you? Thanks for having me on. My name is Patrick James, and I am, I'm in multiple bands. I've been in the music business for quite some time, and I started off with my first band. If you want to go back that far, I'll give you a quick Reader's Digest. Basically, my first album came out on Universal Records in a band called Pound that I formed back in the early '90s. And then from Pound, I formed Flywheel and put 2 albums out there. And then from that point, in between, I'm writing and producing for multiple artists as I go along. That's what I'm always doing. And then the project after a couple productions that I produced is the band 4 by Fate. And now currently the Patrick James band 4 by Fate, and doing a lot of producing and a lot of songwriting. And I just recently re-signed with Sony ATV Music Publishing, and I have 2 or 3 records coming out right now that I've written and produced besides my own. So it's that's a Reader's Digest version of my story. We can go on forever, but that's basically a snapshot of what's happening with me.
We have got Pat James with us today. Yes, my friend, go ahead.
I'm a singer, songwriter, writer, producer, and those are the hats I wear. And unfortunately, in the world we live in today, there's a lot of. The fortunate thing is we're able to, have a platform with social media and be in a studio and making a lot of records, and that's what's happening. And that's what led me to, the reason why we're having this conversation with this song called "Unite Together." I really wanted to. Somehow reach out to some of my friends and just kind of make a difference. This whole song was totally, totally for unifying everybody together with the COVID going on and the world being divided and all this other craziness that's happening. I wanted to make my small contribution to try to, do the best I can to pull us all together, because through song and friendship, anything's possible.
We have got a tremendous guest with us today. Patrick James joins us here on kjagradio.com. He's with us today talking about Unite Together, which is a tremendous, tremendous track. And so talk to me a little bit about how you got started in the music business.
Well, I've been, if you want to go way back, I've been singing and playing since I'm 5 years old. It's kind of been in the family kind of bloodline. When I was 18, I hit the road, I hit the West Coast. I started touring and recording, and I was actually in the studios when I was 12 or 13 recording music and here on the East Coast. Hit the road when I was 18, came back in my early 20s and formed multiple, local original bands and writing and moving forward and building followings and writing and producing, other genres. And then, in the early 90s, I signed my first publishing deal with EMI April Music. And then in 98, I signed my first, national recording deal, major recording deal. But that's basically, I've been pretty much doing this all my life. And I do it for the love of the music first, and I've always had a passion for it, and I just kept, moving forward and just doing something that you love, I love it, and here I am, decades later still doing it. So I still feel the same way about it. But, we could talk for days. I was fortunate enough to tour the country and tour the world, and, I had chart success, and, the business, how it goes up and down, and mergers come and labels go, and A&R people come and presidents go. But, the one thing that stands strong is, if you stay consistent with, what's true to your heart, which is, to me, is songwriting, and I feel that will always get us to the next step, and here I am.
Fantastic. Patrick James with us today. He joins us live here on kjagradio.com. You can also get more information. Pat James is available on social media as well. So what are social media people telling you about this new track, Unite Together?
Well, we're really getting a great response off of it. I'm seeing nothing but beautiful, beautiful messages and people forwarding it and sharing it. My whole goal for the song is for everybody to share it and spread it. And, when we raise enough money, I plan on, all my friends contributed to the track for the same cause because we all believe in the message. When I wrote this song, when I was sitting in the middle of a pandemic saying, oh my God, here we are, we're all sitting home and what can we do? What can I do? So I started writing this song, to just try to spread positive cheer and messages, and then I started reaching out to a few friends, and they were like, we'd love to get on board. So I started writing this song, and, I kind of wanted to keep the message, really clear and decisive, and that's what happened, and it started snowballing from there. And, I just started reaching out to a few friends, and before you know it, lo and behold, this track came together. It was produced in my studio, and, I basically, it was recorded by friends all over the country, from California to Nashville and to New York. And I really appreciate them taking the time out and effort to getting on board. And they did a beautiful job, and I'm so proud of it. And I'm proud of the song, and I'm proud of everybody getting together. And I really think this song has not really even tipped the iceberg of where it could be. And if enough people keep getting it out there, it's kind of one of those things where we're kind of just letting it grow organically, and there's no big push on it, and there's no big major label push on it. But if there was, and soon there will be, you're going to see a lot more awareness. This song needs to be everywhere because it's a message that everybody needs to get, So that's where I'm at with the song, And in between this song, I have, 3 other songs going to radio as we speak. So it's quite busy time, but I'm pleased to have made my small contribution to what's going on in the world here today. And I hope that we can all get through this and be unified together and get back to, loving one another and reach, pulling each other out, from down in the dumps when we all need a hand. That's what this song's about. This song is, everybody, all of us joining together and becoming one as again. And that's what needs to happen in this world. And coming together will beat anything and anybody at any time. So I'm a firm believer in that.
Fantastic. So where do you get your inspiration from to write your music?
I'm inspired about real life. I basically, I've been writing songs for a very long time, and, I'm always trying to craft the best songs that I possibly can. But my inspiration is really driven on what happens to me in my life. So it could be, emotionally driven, spiritually driven. I basically I like to write about real things so people can connect to real things that happen in life. I mean, don't get me wrong, I use metaphor a lot, but basically I'm telling a story that's happened, either in my life or to people that I love and care about, or to people that are around me that has affected me, and I write off emotion. I speak well in music and lyric. That's my strong point,
We have got Patrick James with us today. Unite Together is the topic today, and he has a tremendous, tremendous song. It's called Unite Together. We're going to play that here in just a few moments here in our big program. So what are some of your goals for this track?
I mean, my goal for this song and my music is to really get the awareness out. And, I mean, I would love to see this on every station, on every television station, and on every network. Because this message needs to get out there. You've heard the song, you've seen the video. It's important. So if I can make a difference in someone's life, job done. That's what this song's about. This song wasn't about the paycheck. This song is about to raise. I want people, as many people downloading the song as they can. The more money we can raise to, for awareness, and we can help donate to people who are really in need, people that are, that can't eat and can't pay their rent, and real life stuff. Real life. So I'm hoping that we can make a difference with it, and I hope enough people can go download it. It's available on all social media platforms. It's available on all digital platforms. So there's not a place that you can't find it. So that's the goal, and everybody that's performed on it. I don't know if you want to mention names, but I thank them all for getting on board. They did a beautiful job, and I mean they killed it. The song, and I produced it in my studio here in New York, and I basically wrote the track and sent it out to all the players and friends and family that got on the track, and I mean they killed it, and then we mixed it here in New York and mastered it, and I think the track came out spectacular, to be honest with you. I'm very, very pleased with it.
Well, tell me about some of the different folks that you have on this track and helping you out with this.
So, I mean, I'm going to start with the Patrick James Band. So, in my current lineup, when I go out and do tour dates, we have that played on the track is what do we got here? So let me go down the list here myself, because I don't want to leave anybody out. So we'll start with the Patrick James folks, which is, we have Mike Sciato on drums and vocals. And, he's also been in, Jefferson Starship, Duncan, Ray Gillen, and my solo band. And then we have Rick Mullen on bass and vocals. He was in Commander Cody, Van Morrison, Don McLean, Savoy Brown, Vince Martell, just to name a few, and my solo band. We have Lee Evans on keys and vocals, and she's in the Patrick James Band. We have Rusty Park on pedal steel in the Patrick James Band, and then my Nashville friends that I also play with when I'm down, in the in that neck of the world, is Peter Gallinari on Hammond B3, and he's played with Richie Scarlett, Leslie West, and the Patrick James Band in Nashville, and Sandy Gennaro, he's on drums, and he's been in, Cyndi Lauper to Joan Jett, the Monkees, Pat Travers, Blackjack, and my Southeast band, my Nashville band, the Patrick James Band, and we have who do we else we got here? So we're going into my East Coast brothers, Richie Scarlett on lead guitar and vocals, and he's with Ace Frehley, Mountain, Sebastian Bach, Alice Cooper, Chubby Checker, and Charlie Grace, to name a few, and Ronny Jones, my West Coast friend on lead guitar, and Coco from the bands Coco Blue, Phenomenon, Aircraft. He was in the early stages of Rat too, and he was involved in a lot of that big breakout stuff. So he's a tremendous player. And then we have Bruce Kulick from obviously the lead guitarist of Kiss and Grand Funk Railroad and the Union and Blackjack. We got close when 4x Fate toured with Bruce in Australia. We had a beautiful run there, and he's an amazing player and an amazing person. And then my 4x Fate family, who I also play with, we have Todd Howarth on lead vocals and guitar, and he was in Cheap Trick, 707, Ted Nugent, Frehleys, Comet, and my other band, 4x Fate. Who else? Where else we got it? We got Louis Spagnoli from the Richie Scarlett Band. He's on guest vocals. And two projects that I've been working on. We got Taylor Reese on vocals. Her album just came out. Her album's coming out in January. Her first single just came out last week that I co-wrote and produced. Nope, and her Christmas song, No Poppy and Grandma's Cookies. And she's just got signed to Big Panda. I assisted on that deal, that management deal, and that recording deal. And look out for Taylor Reese. She's on the rise. Check her out on all her socials. And we had Madison Vandenberg from American Idol, who I wrote a couple songs and produced a couple songs for. She was last year's American Idol runner-up. She did a beautiful job. Look out for her as well. And I don't want to leave anybody out here. So we got Peter, Rusty, Lee, Rick, Mike, Sandy, Randy Pasquarello did best, guest vocals. He's in the band If I Were You, I the Fire, and he's also my engineer, mix and master guy. He's one of the best guys on the planet. So he's all over the place. He's amazing.
Fantastic.
They're all amazing.
Fantastic.
So let's make sure I don't leave anybody out. From the top, Bruce Kulick, Todd Howarth, Ronny Jones, Richie Scarlett, Madison Vandenberg, Taylor Reese, Randy Pasquarelli, Louis Spagnola, Sandy Gennaro, Mike Sciato, Rick Mullen, Lee Evans, Rusty Park, Peter Gallinari, and that is the makeups of Unite Together.
Fantastic. Well, we're going to play this track. I appreciate you being with us today. Thanks for coming on the big program and chatting with us, my friend. Thank you.
Oh, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for having me. I'd love to come back and, keep posted. I have a lot of records coming out, and, we can do it again in 3 or 4 weeks in the new year and talk about. There's a lot to talk about.
Definitely. I would love to chat with you, my friend. We're going to play the track and love to have you back. Thank you, man.
You as well. Thanks for having me on. Have a safe and happy holiday. Happy Thanksgiving and happy holidays to you. Be safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side, brother.
Definitely. Thank you, Patrick. Have yourself a wonderful day. Thank you, sir. There he goes, Patrick James. And it is Unite Together, and it's here on KJagRadio.com.
Just safer for you and me. fingertips in touch. When all we need is love. We must all unite together. We must all come to peace. We must all unite together. Without love, there is no you and me. We must all unite together. We must all come to peace. We must all unite together. Without love, there is no you and me. We must all unite together. We must all come to peace. We must all unite together. Without love, there is no you and me. Well, let's come together for you and me.
That is Patrick James. It is Unite Together, and it's here on kjagradio.com. Check out kjagradio.com each and every day for news and everything else. Go to kjagradio.